okay, record to the computer. All right, perfect. All right, hello, everybody. So we are 2:02. We're 2 past the hour Eastern time, and we have 77 people on currently, and more people are going to pop on. Welcome, everybody, to the Stress Reduction Power Hour. My name is Dan Candell. I am your anxiety relief guy. Now, in this session, I usually set it up as like a group session, so that way I can see everybody on the screen and it feels more engaging. However, this is going to be an actual live hypnosis session. And the last time I did a live hypnosis session open to everybody, which this is, it's open to everybody on my list, or the people who signed up for specific programs. The last time I did one of these, what happened was I had it as the regular Zoom feature where people are on the screen. And I had it so everybody was muted as they came in. And it was really, really interesting because right in the middle of the session, like I was like 15 minutes into this like really deep, powerful hypnosis session. Everybody was like zenned out. Everyone had their cameras on. They were like that. And they're all deeply relaxed and everyone was feeling really good. And all of a sudden, this person unmuted themselves and goes, "Larry, turn the TV down. I can't hear him. I don't know what's happening. I'm pushing all kinds of buttons." And I'm like, oh my God. So talk about stress reduction. So then people start sending me comments who are watching the replays are like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, I don't know. They unmuted themselves and I don't think there's a way to like make sure people can't unmute themselves. So I'm doing it this way. So welcome everybody to the Stress Relief Power Hour, specifically reducing stress around the holidays. However, you don't have to listen to this throughout the holidays. This is good for any type of stress. I get hired by Fortune 500 companies like Dell Technologies, Amazon, all different coaching groups, seminars, and I get hired to go around and help people reduce their stress and anxiety. I also have my own groups that I do as well. I have groups that specialize in business professionals where I have a VIP program. So in that program, I'm doing not just hypnosis, but I'm doing what I call rapid relief sessions. I'm doing hot seats. I'm also doing clearing sessions as well. They get my whole VIP program and everything like that. So if you're watching this and you're not in my VIP program, but you'd like to be, when I send out the replay of this, there will be an option to set up a call with myself or someone from my team, because we are going through a shift right now where I'm hiring more team members just to handle some of the influx of people who are coming on. So if you are a business professional or professional who really struggles with the stress and anxieties of not just life, but also business as well, or you have performance anxiety or things just clutter your mind, and you want to really achieve that high level of performance, that's what the VIP group is for. If you're like, oh, hey, I just want to do like general self-help, self-improvement, personal development, then that's what my self-help series is for. Sometimes we call it Break Free Monthly. Sometimes we call it the self-help series. So I've been doing this for more than half my life. Since I was 15 years old, I started doing seminars for the local libraries, hotels, traveling around, stuff like that, all on different topics of self-improvement. And then when I graduated college in my early 20s, that's when I really started traveling around from like coast to coast, going international even. I've been on many international tours as well. And then I brought things online to serve and help more people. So that's why I'm doing this. Now, let's start talking about stress. Let me see here. Let me just see what people are saying, because a few people have raised their hands for questions. And let me just make sure that this is all good to go. Let's see here. All right. Okay, attendees save chat. Panelists can chat with everyone. An attendee. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So now I believe I activated the chat. I think I activated the chat. So if I activated the chat, and I think I did, let me know in the chat box where you are from. So if the chat is activated, let me know where you're from. Oh, thank you. It worked. Look at that. We have someone from Romania, people from India, the UK, from Louisiana, Ohio, more UK, California, Liverpool, New Jersey, New Jersey, North Carolina, Michigan, Worcester, Rona from Worcester, excellent, Hudson Valley, Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, there we go. Now I feel like we're getting somewhere. See, Grafton, Mass. See how, Grafton, you're close to me, actually. See how when the chats engage, we can actually talk to one another. Like the energy just picks up. Talk about energy shift. My gosh. Ireland, we have people from Ireland. Jeepers creepers. We have people from literally like all over the world here. Welcome, everybody. So we have just under 100 people joining. We have Canada. Awesome. Yonkers, Joanne and Robert from Yonkers. Hello, everybody. All right, now we're good. We're going. We're flowing. Okay. So number one, let's talk about why stress. All right, why are we doing stress reduction this time now here today? The reason why we're doing stress reduction is because around this time of the year, everything seems to just rush by. And it should be about family. It should be about love. It should be about kindness. It should be about compassion. It should be about going through transformations and shifts. But for many people, we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of everything. We get so caught up in the rushing of everything. We get so caught up in the have to, like, I have to get things for people. I have to see people. I have to do this. I have to get my work done before the new year. I have to. And sometimes committing to too many have-tos or over-committing to too many have-tos can really pressure us down. It's like weighing us down. We feel the stress, we feel the pressure, we also get irritated with people around us. We get a short fuse, we get impatient sometimes. Sometimes people get sick. In fact, one of my clients I just worked with a little bit ago was saying how like she's dealt with so much over the past month and now she's super sick because just her body saying like slow, like pump the brakes, like slow down, what's going on? So a lot of times we have all this stress and pressure that just bloop, it just pops up specifically around this time of the year because we feel so much have to, like we have to do these things. Now, there are three levels. If you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say this a lot. Have to, choose to, get to. And I added another one there, also want to. Want to is somewhere between choose to and get to. And here's what happens. Many times we forget to take time for the get tos in our life. And the more we get tos, the more we get to do things, or the more we feel like we really get to do things, the more of a fulfilling life we lead. And this is, Emily, this has been on, we've only been going for about 5 minutes or so, so you didn't miss much. So have to, choose to, get to. And today I'm going to help you easier, better deal with some of those have tos so you navigate through them feeling unscathed. So you navigate through them feeling more powerful, more in control, more calm, reducing that inner conflict that you might feel that you have, reducing conflict that you might feel that you're going to have with other people, reducing the stress, reducing the pressure. And this is all going to be doing not just a shift in mind, but also a shift in body. Here are all my coffee dates, by the way. And yes, it's 2:11 in the afternoon Eastern time. And I'm drinking coffee. I have a more of a long day ahead of me. So, but it's all things I feel like I get to do. So that's good. Now, there's also carryover effect to stress. So carryover effect to stress. If you get stressed about something, if you get stressed out about something, then it can carry over where you stay up all night worrying about it. Then when you stay up all night worrying about it, then all of a sudden you can't function in the morning. You wake up, you feel like you're having a panic attack or you feel anxious. You start dreading the day ahead and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't get any sleep because I stayed up like worrying or overthinking about things last night. And a lot of people, they wake up with morning anxiety. The reason why people wake up with morning anxiety is because there's a peak in cortisol levels, because that's what wakes us up. And cortisol is a stress hormone. But people who are stressed or anxious around that time will confuse that with severe anxiety. And that's where morning anxiety happens. Giving yourself some time, giving yourself some space, and doing something like this, like some of the things I'm going to be teaching you today in the morning, can help you start your day off right. Also, doing some of these exercises that I'm going to be sharing with you at night can help prepare you to have a good night's sleep, and it can help you awaken, refreshed, alert, and energized in the morning. It can also help you. It can also help you go throughout your day and be more clear, be more productive, feel like you're serving a sense of purpose, feel like you have a sense of purpose, feel like you're doing more of what you get to do. So all of this, everything that we're going to do today, I want you to start incorporating it into your life. There's going to be a quick mindfulness exercise, like a switching exercise, like a light switch that I'm going to be teaching you. And then we're going to do a little bit more of a longer hypnosis session. Now, I do hypnosis differently. So you don't need to be completely like relaxed and out. You don't have to be asleep. You're not going to be unconscious or anything like that. I do hypnosis differently. I want your mind and I want your body to stay aware. I want your mind to be a little bit more active, because I'm going to have you doing some different thought processes that you need to be aware of. So that way you can be aware of how they're playing out in your life and your mind and your body. So this might help some people sleep, but the purpose is mainly to help you reduce your stress, anxiety levels, and help you achieve more of a feeling of inner peace and inner calm. So let's start out with some more engagement. Type in the chat box some of the things that have been stressing you out, or some of the things that you might think will stress you out. Some of the things that have been stressing you out over the past couple of weeks, or some things you could anticipate stressing you out over the next couple of weeks. School and family. Oh, 100%. Diagnosis of cancer diagnosis. I get that. Hosting everyone. A lot of people are saying illness. A lot of people on here experiencing illnesses, big families, always feeling tired, health issues. First Christmas without my mom. I completely sense your, I send you love. It's the first Christmas without my dad. I totally get it. Working not coming through. Year anniversary of my son passing, anxiety over my next step in my next career, driving anxiety, relationship, all of this stuff. Okay, so first, here's what we're going to do. You all are going through some shit, okay? I'm going to be the first one to tell you that. Like, you're going through some shit. That's why you're on here, okay? And life happens, right? We all have life stuff that happens. It's how we kind of process it. That works. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to imagine, picture, visualize, or think about what it would be like if we were all just sitting around this giant table. Just think about what it would be like if we were all sitting around this giant, massive table. And we were all connected in some way. We were all connected in some way where we are here with an intention to give love, compassion, and support to one another, because we know we're all on here for a reason. We're all on here for a purpose. So picture, imagine, visualize, think about, or just get a sense or a feeling of what it would be like if whoosh, we are all in a room together, sitting around a giant table. And take a moment to just close your eyes for a moment. Take a moment in your imagination or in your thoughts to imagine looking around the table and making direct eye contact really quickly with everyone as you just do a quick scan. And as you do this now, put your hand over your heart. And as you do this, just imagine, picture, visualize, think about what it would be like to just send love and compassion to each and every person. It's about 102 people on right now. What it would be like to send love and compassion to each person, and what it would be like to receive love and compassion from 102 people. Think about what it would be like to receive love and compassion from 102 people who are all experiencing something now that they could use love and compassion for, in the same way you could use love and compassion. And now imagine, picture, visualize, think about what it would be like, get a sense or a feeling of what this love and compassion could be like for it to turn into healing, and what it would be like to have a healing ability or property on you. Now let's link this up. Picture, imagine, think about, visualize what it would be like if every time you put your hand over your heart, you feel this sense of love and compassion. You feel this sense of healing. You feel this sense of, I've got this. Almost like a sigh of relief. I've got this. In fact, with your hand over your heart, breathe in. Breathe out slowly. And as you exhale, just say the words to yourself, I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. 3 times in a row. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And as you do with your hand over your heart, when you say, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, allow the words to connect with the feelings that they need to connect with. And now open up your eyes if your eyes aren't open already. Already, we've made a shift. Already, we've made a shift by using the power of intention, of having 101, 102 people on, and having everybody all over the world. We have people all over the world here. We have people from Ireland, from India. We have people from the UK, from Canada, from Australia, from California, from New Jersey. We have people from all over the world sending love, compassion, kindness, connection. So anytime you put your hand over your heart, say these words to yourself. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. You do. And here's how I know. You're all still here. You're all here based on the strength that you have had to call upon to overcome and get through the most difficult, challenging times in life. And this is something where just be open to experiencing this. Be open to let the flow. We even have someone here from Egypt. This is beautiful. Just let the gates open and let this in, and let one another in. And most importantly, let yourself in. You see, by focusing on emotions such as love, compassion, kindness, support, caring, by focusing on these emotions, what happens, it starts to recondition the mind to overcome some of those stressful thoughts, feelings, even experiences. Now, I'm going to do my very best to not get woo-woo. I will share this with you, though. A lot of healing and a lot of support can help people heal even the deepest parts of themselves, can heal even illnesses. And there's a lot of proof where the mind can heal. Now, again, I don't want to get woo-woo. I just want to talk about those experiences and just let it happen. Whatever comes, just let it happen. Let it happen. Okay. Now, there's a couple of ways that I work with stress and anxiety. One is through connecting with love, compassion, kindness, like that. 2 is through humor. You notice, in fact, in some of my social media platforms, on TikTok, I have about over 250,000 followers on TikTok. And when I go live on TikTok, I have like some people who are like, you laugh way too much. You're in too much of a good mood. And I'm like, love to you, Cupcake. No. So another way that we can override this is with humor. So when you notice your mind starting to spiral, I find it to be really helpful if you can say something that breaks that pattern and that just instantly shifts your mind into more of a resourceful state by using humor. So one of the things that you can do is this. You can either think of somebody funny or something funny. And I have a very creative mind and imagination. So I think of like weird shit. Like I think of what it would be like to have like a rabbit chasing me and trying to jump on me and attack me. Like because that would be funny. And what it would be like to have my neighbors, where I just moved into this house, to have my neighbors watch me running down the road, being chased after this like little vicious rabbit, and everybody pointing and laughing. So another thing you can do, you don't have to make up like weird shit in your head like that. But another thing you can do is you can tap here, because this is the anxiety relief point, the stress relief point. And as you tap here, you can say something like this. It's just my itty bitty shitty committee talking to me again. It's my anxiety farting and trying to make me anxious again. It's just my mind farting. That's all it is. It's just the itty bitty shitty committee. That's all it is. And you tap for about 30 seconds, and then you push it away, and then you do this. Not today, right? You tap there for about 30 seconds. You tell yourself something funny, something that can interrupt that pattern. Another shift you can do is, as you're doing this, you'll look up. And as you look up, it puts you into a different shifting state. You do it for about 30 seconds. You say something ridiculous to yourself. In my imagination, I'm getting chased by this ridiculous rabbit, this insane rabbit. And my neighbors are looking at me like, that poor bastard. Push it away. James says, not today, Satan. Yeah, exactly, something like that. So we can use humor as well to deconstruct anxiety. So we have now 2 ways to deconstruct anxiety and stress. One is to put our hand over our heart and to condition yourself to think of, sense, and feel love, kindness, compassion, connection. And every time you do this, think about, remember back to what it was like to, now we have 103 people on, what it was like to have all these people on sending you these same vibes. Another thing you can do, you can tap and you roll your eyes up and you just say something ridiculous to yourself. These are 2 ways that you can shift. And you know what? Maybe the image you want to have in your head is you doing this with your entire family watching you like a, like a maniac, tapping like this, going, got this. I got this. The turkey is fine. The ham is fine. The chicken is fine. The tofu is fine. The tofurkey is fine. The tofurkey for duckin is fine. Tofurkey for duckin. That's a tofu turkey stuffed in duck wrapped in a chicken. Tofurkey to duck. What is just tofurkey turducken? Oh my gosh. All right. Remind me to not tell these. Remind me to not laugh about this stuff like when I'm on the road with people. All right. Emily said, what if you're outside? I'd look weird tapping my head. What else can you do that's less obvious? Well, I would say this, it's tapping your head is a lot better than having a panic attack, rocking back and forth and screaming, yelling, and crying. However, you can do this discreetly. Here's why, Emily. You can do it like this, or you can just tap here like that. Here's why. We have these ideas in our mind that everyone's going to judge us. Everyone's looking at us. People love you. They really do. But they could give 2 shits if you're tapping on your head. What's the worst thing that can happen? Could someone come up to you and go, oh my God, you're using a tapping technique to help you reduce stress and anxiety. However, no one's going to notice this. No one's going to notice this. No one's going to notice you breathing and saying, got this. No one's going to notice that. I do have to say, it would be kind of fun to see 104 people around the world doing this, rolling their eyes up, like walking around the mall or something like that, walking around the grocery store. That would be pretty good. So and yeah, so this is similar to EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, TFT, which is thought field therapy, energy healing, energy psychology. So I incorporate all of these modalities into a lot of the programs I do. And that's why in the VIP program, I actually do clearings, which are combinations of energy psychology, thought field therapy, psychosensory therapy, hypnosis, and behavioral conditioning. So I combine all of those things together. And I found that when people do 6 clearings, it like resolves the underlying emotional core to their anxiety. So with that said, one other way to resolve stress and anxiety, specifically situational stress. James says rolling the booger technique works good when driving. If you don't know, if you know, you know. There's something I call a rolling booger technique that I teach a lot of my clients. I think I teach it in my Anxiety Relief 5x5. So if you have that program, you know what it is. In fact, I was presenting this to an elite $1 million table in, where was I? Washington State, Yakima, I think, Washington, Yakima, Walla Walla, somewhere around there. And one of the things I taught in that $1 million roundtable, yes, even multimillionaires have stress and anxiety. But I taught this to the millionaire roundtable, and I called it rolling the booger. And this guy comes up to me afterwards and he's like, you should really find a different name for that. I said, why? It sticks. And I said that, and the guy just looks at me, shakes his head, and then says, can you come and teach that to my team in Orlando next week? So yeah, it's, it sticks. So if you don't, if you know, if you don't know, I believe that technique is in my anxiety really 5x5. So another way that I help people with stress and anxiety is by getting them to associate into different thought patterns. So for example, a couple of weeks ago, someone from my program, they set up a private session with me, and they're going through all of the stuff that, like, all of the drama, all the stuff at work, all the stuff in their family, and they're just like, blah, blah, they're like unloading. And after like 5 minutes, it's okay, stop, hold on, pump the brakes. And she goes, no, but wait. I'm like, no, like, I'm not a talk therapist. I said, we don't talk about all those problems, because they carve the groove deeper, they create problems, they create more problems. The more we talk about those dramas, the more we get kind of attached to them, the more they get attached to us. So let's talk about some other things. So tell me about some of your accomplishments. She goes, accomplishments? I said, yeah. She goes, what does that have to do with my problems? I goes, nothing. That's why. I says, let's talk about some of your accomplishments, some of your achievements. And she starts talking about how she loves gardening, but she doesn't have time to do it. And I started talking to her about, okay, what do you enjoy about gardening? What do you really like about it? She said, I literally, like, I see the fruits of my labor, and I really enjoy just seeing things growing and thriving and prospering. And she was talking to me about gardening. And as she did, she started using her hands more. She started becoming more expressive. She started like doing this with her hands as she's talking to me. And I said, okay, I said, now let's float into this for a moment. I asked her, I said, close your eyes. So float into what it would be like just to be gardening. And she puts a smile on her face. And I said, let me know when you're there. She goes, I'm there. I said, great. Now with this feeling that you have inside, take this feeling and now look at your boss. Look at your boss. Look at your manager. Look at the people that you said was creating all that drama. Look at them now. How do you feel looking at them now with this sense? And she said, a lot lighter. I said, what happens when you feel a lot lighter? She's like, I feel like I don't have to put up with their stuff anymore. I feel like it just like rolls off my shoulders. So would it be a fair statement to say that things that used to bother me no longer do like they did before? She's like, yeah, it's great. So that was a couple of weeks ago. Last week, she came back for like a check-in, just like about a 15-minute check-in. We just talked for a couple of minutes. And she said, Dan, she goes, you know what? My boss doesn't bother me anymore. My manager doesn't bother me anymore. In fact, I actually feel really empowered when I see them, because I'm like, not today, Satan. So we call that emotional replacement. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today in the hypnotic part of the session. And I'm also going to do some direct suggestion as well. So we're already about 30 minutes in, and you've already discovered 3 really good techniques that you can use. We discovered deconstructing stress and anxiety with love, compassion, and kindness, and a hand over the heart. And I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. We learned about the tapping and the roll your eyes up technique. We also learned about associating into something that is more pleasant, something into something that's more pleasurable. And we're going to go on this theme. So here's what happens. In a few moments, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to play a little video that's going to have a kaleidoscope image on it. And you can either stare at the screen, or you can look at something else, or you can close your eyes. I'm going to guide you through a hypnotic process. Now, I do hypnosis differently. So when we do this, you're not going to be asleep. You're not going to be unconscious. I'm not going to, is it here? No, I'm not going to wave a pocket watch back and forth or anything like that. I'm not going to grab you by the hand and go sleep like I do in my stage shows. No. In fact, I want you to be aware of this. I want you to be aware during this process. You're not going to be asleep. You're not going to be unconscious. You're going to be clear, alert, aware. You're just going to feel good. And we don't even have to feel relaxed. We just want to feel good. I'm going to help you feel good. Okay, because good is going to override that stress and anxiety, and it's going to lead to you feeling more calm, more relaxed, more in control. Here's my goal for you today. I wonder if it's the same as your goal. My goal for you today is to help you discover that the things that used to bother you don't have to bother you as much as they did before. That's my goal for you today. Things that used to bother you, Don't have to bother you like they did before. That's my goal for you. Think about what it would be like if this could happen. Things that used to bother you no longer bother you anymore. So, a good thing about this is you'd be able to make more clear decisions. In fact, instead of me telling you, why don't you tell me what the results would be for you? If today you could achieve this level of stuff that used to bother me doesn't really bother me anymore. I'm still proactive. I'm still taking action. It's just the stuff that bothers me. It like takes the edge off. What would it be like? Or what would happen? What would the results be in your life? What would you be doing more or less of, better, different, start doing or stop doing? What would the results be when you can make that shift so that the things that used to bother you don't bother you as much anymore and it just takes the edge off? What would that be like? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. What would that be like? Confident, happy, at peace, less sad. Wonderful. Rolling the booger. Oh, that was from before. Free, I'd be able to move forward, a lot less anxiety, joyous, more joy in my life, good, peace, stable, excellent, be able to move forward, good, wonderful, get more done, spend less time worrying, no longer plan for hypothetical battles or stressful situations. Yes, you wouldn't be in that constant planning over analyzing mode. You could feel free, right? Productive, feel productive, excellent, that's huge, good. Feel proud and strong, wonderful, feel accomplished, be able to actually live. Yeah, so you're not being so trapped by your thoughts of your mind, right? Peace and joy, in flow. Mitzi, I love this, in flow, right? When we're in flow, we go, right? Excellent. I am proactive. I love this. Love being in flow. Yes, acceptance, energized, engaged. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. All right, excellent. Okay. I'm excited because this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to do a few different types of hypnosis with you today. And just so you know, first 30 minutes, we've already done hypnosis. That's hypnosis. It's just hypnosis on a different level. It's hypnosis of a different kind, a horse of a different color, hypnosis of a different kind. So it's still hypnosis. But notice, you didn't go into this deep state of relaxation. You weren't out, you weren't unconscious, you weren't asleep. Your mind may have drifted here and there while I was talking to you, but it drifted in a way that was productive. It was productive drifting. That's exactly what we're going to achieve. I'm just going to give you an experience now, a little bit more of an experience by incorporating some more of your senses. Now, from time to time, I'm going to say picture. I might say imagine. I might say visualize. I might say think about. I might say get a sense or feeling. And here's why I use all these modalities, because some people say I can't visualize or I can't imagine. So I must be doing it wrong, or I must not be able to do this. But I can't visualize, I can't imagine. It's okay, because you can think. Just allow me to guide you through the process. In fact, right now, think about the color of your front door to your house, apartment, flat, wherever you live. Think of the front door. What color is it? Is it a doorknob or a door handle? Something different? Where is it? Where is it on your door? The left, the right, the middle? Are there any defining features on your door? All right. In order to gain access to that information, you had to go through some process. You either thought about it, you either formed a picture in your mind, you either imagined it, or you just got a sense or a feeling as if it was like right there. So you can construct what I'm instructing you to construct. And by constructing it yourself in the way that works for you, this will work for you. Okay? So, my friends, make sure that if you're going to participate with this part, please make sure you're not driving. Make sure you're not operating any heavy machinery. Make sure you're in a place where you can be free and open. Make sure you're in a place where you can just kind of chill out and give total attention to this process. This process will go anywhere between about 10 or 20 minutes. We'll finish around the top of the hour, maybe a little bit before, all right? So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to need some help from you, because I'm going to need help from you to make sure that the sound is coming through for you, okay? So let's see here, because I'm going to adjust the sound just a little bit. I want the music to pretty much be in the background. So if you can let, okay, good. Sound is good. Good, have sound. Wonderful. All right, cool. I'm going to close the chat because sometimes the chat like pops up and there's like a gray box. All right, my friends, I'm just going to guide your mind someplace special, someplace good, someplace wonderful, someplace beautiful. And as I guide your mind here, just allow me to be like your GPS. Allow me to guide you to where you need to go today, where you want to go, where you get to go. You get to be here today. So take a moment. I'll give you the choice. You can either stare at the screen at the kaleidoscope image, or you can look up, or you can just look straight ahead. But just focus on something for a moment with your eyes open. And as you do, get comfortable. You can either sit or lie down and get very comfortable. Allow my voice to guide you. And as you do, just focus, just stare at that thing, whatever it is. It could be the kaleidoscope image. It could be looking up. Just look at it, focus on whatever you can focus on. And as you do, allow your attention to drift and dream and wander. That's right. And now go back to where you were focusing on, or maybe shift your focus to something else. Soften your gaze now. Soften your gaze by noticing what's around that place that you were focusing on, expanding your focus. And as you do, you may notice other things that you didn't notice before. You may notice other things that you forgot to think about, other things you forgot to notice. Seeing how much there is to notice, how much you can focus on. And now just close your eyes, if you so choose. Just allow your eyes to close. Take a moment to direct your attention to where in your body you feel most at peace, comfortable, or relaxed first. It could be the top of your head, could be your forehead, could even be your eyelids, as you might notice a slight movement in and around your eyes and eyelids. It could be in your jaw, maybe as your jaw unclenches to allow the relaxation or calmness to flow through. It could even be your head or your neck or your shoulders. We carry so much pressure on our shoulders, our head and our neck, so just let your shoulders just kind of drop back and down a little bit. Let your head move around from side to side, find a more comfortable place or to rest. Maybe you sense this comfort even more in your chest, maybe in your abdominal muscles, perhaps in your hips or your waist, or maybe even in your legs, maybe in your feet, maybe in your toes. Just notice. Notice where this feeling of calmness, relaxation starts, and notice how you know you're feeling this way. Perhaps it's a form of a beautiful, comfortable heaviness. Perhaps it's a form of a beautiful, comfortable lightness where you could just float right up. Perhaps it's just a wonderful temperature change, like a warmth or a coolness. Notice what you notice. And as you do, allow this feeling to begin to move through every part of you, mind and body. And as you do, notice how you know you're a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more comfortable now than you were just a couple of minutes ago. Notice. Notice how. And as you notice what you notice, how you're noticing you're a little bit more calm and relaxed, you've made a little bit more of a shift. Notice how you notice, how you know. And now let's make a shift of mind. Go ahead, just for a moment, picture, imagine, visualize, think about, get a sense or feeling, or bring your mind to a wonderful, beautiful place. It could be a place in nature. It could be a beach, an ocean, a river, a waterfall. It could be a field or a meadow. It could be high on a mountaintop. Or it could be driving alongside a country road. It could be in a garden. Just allow your mind to drift and dream and flow into this wonderful, beautiful place. A place that exists in your mind. It could be a place you've been to before. Hold your mind on this place now. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. And now, this is what we call mindset shift number 1. It's a little bit more receptive level than just a few minutes ago. Let's go a little bit deeper into this now. Let's shift your mind again. Let's shift your mind by utilizing your memory recall abilities. Take a moment to begin to remember, begin to recall a happy time, a joyous time. It could be a time of accomplishment. It could be a time where you felt relaxed or in control. It could be a feeling of, I've got this. It could be an achievement or accomplishment. It could be just a simple time where you tied your shoes and you said, oh, at least I did that right. Just begin to remember, begin to recall a memory, a time in your life where you felt good. Many memories might be going through your mind right now. You might be trying to find the perfect one. That's okay. There's not always a perfect one. But your mind can stop on a memory or even a collection of memories, as many go through your mind. And hold your mind on this memory, or this time, or this collection of memories for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. That's right. There are feelings, sensations, emotions connected to this memory, or these memories. So float into the memory or float it into you, and allow yourself to sense and feel the feelings, sensations, and emotions, the good ones only, that were connected to this memory, connected to this time. Notice how you know they existed within you. Notice how you know you experienced them, how you know you felt them. Notice what you can notice about it. You can actually awaken the feelings, the emotions, the sensations, the good ones only. Maybe you feel completely unencumbered from anything else that could have held you back. You feel neutral, you feel happy, you feel at peace, you feel bliss. Maybe you choose to give these feelings a color, the good ones only, color. And you allow this color to begin circulating through your mind, through your body. And allow yourself to copy this feeling, just like we'd copy something on a computer and paste it onto another document. Allow your mind to copy this feeling by becoming aware of it and copy it. And now let's paste this feeling. Paste this feeling or these feelings onto times or places or situations in your life where you feel you could really benefit from them. That's right. Allow yourself to copy right now those feelings, sensations, or emotions, whatever they are, and paste them right now onto other times, places in your life where you could really benefit from them. Perhaps it could be something coming up. Perhaps it could be something in the back of your mind. And now just allow yourself to develop in your mind what it would be like to actually experience this bliss, this comfort, this relaxation even more. Now that you've been able to copy it, now that you've been able to paste it, in the times and places where you need, you'll actually be able to experience these feelings, sensations, and emotions even more. Not because I say so, not because of some wonderful magical words I know how to say, but simply because it's a nature of your mind and how you're processing and interpreting what you need to in order to be guided through this process here and now. Every time you use this process, it's going to remind you to be kind and compassionate and caring to yourself. It's going to remind you to take time and space for yourself so you can feel more confident, more open and free, more productive, more powerful, more comfortable and at ease. Today, your mind has been reset, revitalized, and re-energized. In fact, the things that used to bother you, they no longer do like they did before. The things that used to bother you, those things actually now empower, inspire, and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. In fact, take a moment right now to form a thought, an image, or get a sense or feeling of what it would be like to be unbothered, yet empowered by those things that used to bother you. Now you're empowered, inspired. Those things that used to hold you back, they no longer do like they did before. Now they push you forward. They are opportunities to show you you're strong, you are creative, you are compassion, you are love, you are wisdom, you are you. Here and now, you are embracing this piece of peace within yourself today. And it was already there. It was just hiding. We had to find it. So anytime you put your hand over your heart and you say to yourself, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, it connects. It connects with these feelings, sensations, and emotions, power, passion, pride, peace, confidence, and capability that you already had living within you. We just had to find it. We had to awaken it. You are you. Float all of these things into yourself now. All these abilities, all these feelings, sensations, and emotions. So now you are free. You are free to experience and express this freedom in whatever way you so choose. That is powerful, productive for you. That is caring, loving, and compassionate for you. So in a moment, I'll guide you back to the present by counting forward from 1 to 5. On my count of 5, you can open your eyes. You'll be clear and alert. You'll actually allow these feelings to be awakened within you whenever, wherever you need them, no matter who you're with, where you are, or what you're doing. On my count of 5, you'll open up your eyes, clear and alert, as you become one with these changes that you've made today, so you too can be the very best version of yourself. You've set yourself free from all those challenges and burdens on the number 3, so you can be an even better version of yourself now, today, than you were before today, so you can really thrive. Thrive as you open your eyes on the count of 5, integrating these feelings, sensations, and emotions of peace, power, pride, confidence, productivity, freedom into yourself. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Hello, everybody. We went on a nice little mental journey there. And that journey, it might have felt like just a few minutes. That journey was about 15 minutes in time that we took today. And through this journey, it allows us to awaken this really powerful piece of ourselves and embrace this piece of peace. And as you embrace this piece of peace within yourself, it's been there all along. Sometimes we just forget about it, or sometimes we've forgotten to access it. And allow yourself to just be with this for a moment. Allow yourself to be with it. And after this session, allow yourself to carry the effects of this session and share it. Share it with other people. Share it with people that you feel can use it. This is yours. I'm going to send this to everybody that's on here. I'm going to make sure you all get it. And I'm going to make sure that you all can share it around with others that you feel can benefit from it. Now, if you do feel like you need a deeper approach, if you do feel like you need more support, all you have to do is just send someone from my team a message or me a message, or go on my website. And there are ways for you to get that support. I have many ways to help people on many different levels. So I really, really appreciate it. Someone asked if I can send a link to the Kaleidoscope video. It's one I created, and it's one that I actually purchased the rights to, and part of it is I unfortunately can't give that to people unless it's part of one of my videos. I'm glad everyone's feeling at peace. I'm glad everyone's feeling better. Good. We all made a shift. Excellent. I even made a shift. You notice my energy changed as well. So before we end today, let's do this. Let's, again, just take a moment to put our hand over our heart, and with our eyes open, think about what it would be like to be sitting around a great big table with all of these people, over 100 people sitting around this table, all looking back at us, sending us love, compassion, kindness, peace, healing, energy. And I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And just let yourself feel. As you feel, you can have the power within you to be well, to do good, and to be true to who you are. With that said, my friends, my name is Dan Candell. I'm your anxiety relief guy. I appreciate all of you. Love, compassion, support, and healing to all of you and everybody who watches the replay and everybody that you share this with. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.